He is a man who rose from relatively humble beginnings to become one of the most powerful figures in the Niger Delta. An emblematic man full of complexities of power, trade, and colonialism in 19th century Africa. His name is King Jaja of Opobo. King Jaja of Opobo was born in Mbanaso, Okwaro Zoromba, in Umodoroha, Amibo, present-day Imo State, in the year 1821. He was sold into slavery and taken to Bonny Island, present-day Rivers State, under circumstances which are far from clear. He was renamed Juboha by his first master, Chief Iganipuguma Allison of Bonny, and later resold to Chief Alali, who was the head of the Opobo Manila Pepper Royal House. It was here that the British, who couldn't pronounce his name, called him Jaja. Jaja worked for Chief Alali and ran businesses on the side until he was able to buy his freedom. He was soon recognized as one of the smartest businessmen in the city and became one of the greatest leaders of the head of Anna Pepper House. He was an influential figure in the history of the Niger Delta region during the 19th century. Jaja began his career as a trader in the palm oil business, which was a lucrative industry in the Niger Delta region at the time. Through his business, acumen and leadership skills, he quickly amassed wealth and influence. He established strong trade networks and built alliances with neighboring communities, which contributed to the growth of Opobo as a powerful trading center. Opobo, the city-state he founded around 1869, became the epicenter of this lucrative trade. Situated strategically along the coast, Opobo served as a hub for the collection, processing, and export of palm oil. Jaja's administration imposed taxes and regulations on trade within its territory, generating substantial revenue and solidifying his authority. However, Jaja's success inevitably brought him into conflict with European powers vying for control over African resources. The British, in particular, sought to assert their dominance in the region through entities like the Royal Niger Company. They viewed Jaja's independent and assertive leadership as a threat to their commercial interests and colonial ambitions. Tensions between Jaja and the British escalated in the 1880s, culminating in a series of confrontations and diplomatic maneuvers. Greed and the fear of Jaja's influence led the new Consul General to invite Jaja out of his kingdom and on board his ship, the Goshawk, for trade discussions. Once on board, a deportation order was served on him. He was illegally tried and convicted in Gold Coast, present-day Ghana, in 1887 and exiled to St. Vincent in the distant West Indies and to be later relocated to Barbados. His pleas to return to his kingdom were granted in 1891. Unfortunately, he died in Tenerife in Opobo after allegedly poisoned with a cup of tea. His body was received with much sorrow by his people, who gave him a full honorable royal burial. He died at 70. Jaja's removal dealt a severe blow to Opobo's autonomy and marked the beginning of direct British control over the region. Despite his exile, Jaja's legacy endured among his people and throughout Nigeria. He is celebrated as a symbol of resistance against colonial oppression and the pioneer of African agency in the face of external encroachment. King Jaja of Opobo's life story embodies the complexity of African agency, colonialism, and the struggle for economic and political independence in the 19th century. His legacy continues to inspire discussions about power, sovereignty, and identity in contemporary Nigeria and beyond. Thanks for watching till now. Kindly subscribe and drop a comment on the next historical event you would want us to talk about.